that big lineup that you guys close with, and had you ever, in your mind, imagined that's going to be a closing lineup for you guys?
I did think that was a possibility to be a closing lineup or a starting lineup or a middle of the game lineup. But I think what worked, get a lot of stops. We switched a lot, kept bodies on bodies. And then that group was really able to come up with the rebounds. So down the stretch, they had one shot. They didn't make it. We were off to the races. So I think defensively it was really good for us. And then everybody just found the proper spacing to allow us to make the plays. And, we made the plays down the stretch, and obviously Steph was incredible. Jimmy made a couple huge plays down the stretch, including a shot. Al, big shot. Finish he came up with was great. So we had, we was able to put it all together there at the end with that group.
Draymond, Steph was pretty emotional. He missed that three, and he encouraged the crowd to get going. He says, I don't like to shoot free throws with the crowd quiet. What kind of player is he that he can just kind of rise to the occasion and the fans can fuel him like they did tonight? I mean, he's obviously does it himself, but the fans too.
Yeah, he loved the moment. That's just who he's been since I've known him. The bigger the moment, the more he rises. He's this quiet guy. We all know Steph, right, how he is. But he loved the show. I think he's this quiet guy. We all know Steph, right, how he is. But he loved the show. I think, and so anytime it's a show to be put on, he's going to do it. And, he did that tonight in a major way.
Turn over here. You and Steph have been together for over a decade.
The hell you been?
What's up?
Wow, good to see you.
If you can remember my name, then I'll really
Nate.
be impressed. All right.
Like am I idiot? You guys just think I'm dumb. It's crazy. You want a last name too, Duncan? All right.
That's right. All right. You and Steph have been together for over a decade. Jamal Murray and Jokic have been together for that long. Al and Butler are great, great vets as well. Can you tell me about what it was like? Just
and there's no panic. I think that's the most important part. You get down those last few minutes of the game or in overtime, a lot of times people get sped up, and oftentimes that's due to the pressure, and lack of experience, and, we don't lack that at all. And so everybody, with the familiarity of being in those moments, we knew exactly what we needed to get to. And, that's why you want experience and on your team for moments like that. Moments, nobody was unfamiliar to the moment for us. And I think that was as big as anything. So we were locked in, able to make the plays we needed to make. But, the experience in moments like that helps a ton.
50 points and 10 threes for Aaron.
A group that's never played together close a game against one of the best teams in the league.
Steve, down the stretch, how good was Draymond Green? He got the stop on Jokic to force overtime. Then in overtime, it seemed like he had several big plays on the defensive side of the floor.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, part of the benefit of playing the bigger lineup was we could put Draymond on Murray, which our defensive coaches were suggesting, just so that he could switch the pick and roll with Al. And so he ended up on Jokic. And Draymond has just an incredible knack for making enormous defensive plays. He just has a feel for angles and on Jokic. And Draymond has just an incredible knack for making enormous defensive plays. He just has a feel for angles and beating people to the spot, and then being able to challenge with those long arms and that anticipation, and that was quite a play.
Just to confirm, Steph said he didn't think this group had ever, even in practice, played together.
No.
Yeah, and in this lineup, who's the shooting guard?
You make the pick.
I was going to say Draymond, probably. Draymond.
Jimmy or JK, I guess.
Okay.
Draymond's the 4, Al's the 5. But it doesn't matter, and that's kind of modern basketball, positionless play, two-way play. If you can space the floor, this is why Al is just such an enormous
Splitter, their interim coach in the wake of head coach Chauncey Billups' indictment and arrest for his alleged involvement in rigged illegal poker games tied to East Coast organized crime families. After the arrest, Billups was placed on leave from the Trailblazers. David Jones was involved, Terry Rozier as well as the Miami Heat. He's been placed on leave, but the Blazers, you see Chauncey Billups was arraigned in downtown Portland court. Really just a crazy storm in the NBA. And you think about this, Fezzi, the NBA had 2 really solid nights bringing back the season. The NBA on NBC, you get ESPN, Peacock's coming, or Amazon Prime tomorrow night. A lot of good momentum. Wemby going for 40 and 15. And you wake up to this news and you hate to see a head coach involved in this type of scandal.
It's really hard to see this be the news with all the good things that are happening in the NBA right now. Chauncey Billups has had an incredible career as a player, has had an incredible career so far as a coach, and the Portland Trailblazers had a lot to look forward to. They have some young guys they're building up, and the game tomorrow was going to be exciting regardless, but this is really hard to see. As a former player, I've seen the gambling news or the gambling talk. We've gotten it all the way from AAU. Like, stay away from this topic and stay away from this. So it's really hard to know that this is something that's going on. That there is some kind of misunderstanding and he can,
It's a difficult situation for these players, right? How do they respond? I'm eager to see how they respond tomorrow night when they host the Golden State Warriors, Fezzi.
So yes, this is a hard thing to do. You're in the start of the season. You have a young team getting a new coach. Hopefully, they've instilled enough of the principles in their team that Tiago Splitter can step in and do what he needs to do as the coach. But it's definitely going to be something in the background for the Portland Trailblazers to deal with.
Well, the NBA got 2 great games tonight, hoping to wash away some of that bad news from earlier this morning. But Nikola Jokic, who dropped a triple-double. Remember last year, folks, he averaged a triple-double throughout the season. Jokic typically makes.
Well, I'll say this, Bonte. To start this game, Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray were the reason why the Warriors got going in the first place. And then Aaron Gordon's show took over. And the Warriors, the way they were able to respond is by being physical with Nikola Jokic. They did not let him get comfortable, especially in the second half. They pushed him out, got him out of his comfort zone around their rim. I told you, everything around their rim is a layup for Nikola Jokic. So forcing him to take these long shots, they took him out of rhythm. And you got to give a lot of credit to Al Horford. Him out of rhythm, and you got to give a lot of credit to Al Horford, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, everybody who got to help on Nikola Jokic.
Steve Kerr and company will live with him attempting 13 of his 23 field goals from the three-point line.
Well, 8 for 22 as well. You'll live with that as well.
Absolutely. All right, let's hear from Draymond.